I ask you about the boot test? Would you agree with the contention that that what you've done with the boot test is effectively overriding the interpretation the Fair Work Commission brought to the boot that an EBA has to benefit or be advantageous to every single member? Because remember, that decision was about Coles, and Coles has been very successful during the pandemic. Would this allow Coles to enter a bargaining with a union which would see some workers worse off?
Well, I don't think that it winds back some of the more legalistic and technical interpretations, not quite to that extent, I don't think. But what it does do is it winds back interpretations that were based on hypothetical shift arrangements and people who weren't actually workers at the time working in reasonably foreseeable patterns of work.
The case wasn't hypothetical, it was very, very specific, and it was affirmed, I think, in the Penny Vickers case, where you've got a part-time worker who was worse off when the SDA had organised with Coles something that was good for...
I'm familiar with the case. I just don't have a perfect answer for you because it would be up to the Fair Work Commission to apply these new modified interpretive tools to any set of factual cases. But it may be that the hypothetical scenario had some impact there. It may also be that the emphasis on non-monetary benefits in the weighing exercise would have some impact there. But I think it goes to the point that the boot test here hasn't been fundamentally changed. It's been modified around the edges to try and stop the excessively technical and legal interpretations that have caused what look like otherwise common sense meetings of the boot tests to either not result in an agreement or an agreement turning over. And the other very important thing here that occurs with the boot test is that we are stipulating 21 days for the approval of an enterprise agreement unless there are exceptional circumstances which have to be published and which have to be transmitted to both of the parties who are involved in the negotiations. Now, this would be a dramatic improvement on the very long periods of time that it takes for many agreements to be achieved now. And there was an agreement recently that took up to 800 days. So, and this has been a matter of discussion with the Fair Work Commission. They think that this is a meetable target, and that'll make a big difference in fixing this problem area.